Alright, so King back in with another video, and today we are going to be showing off one of the strats we've not done a grinding out video on yet on the channel, which is Budget Bloons Jam Pack Cripple. So this strat's a really strong strategy for basically you got a really strong rush, which you basically can just fire in, and your opponent will know how to deal with it, or they won't. And if they don't know how to deal with it, which a lot of players, more than I'd anticipated when I first started using this strat about a month and a half ago, did not know how to defend it. However, if they do, you can lose quite quickly. But no, on paper it's really strong. You've got a really good round 8 rush, potential round 6 win. You've got a really strong round 13 rush, and if you want, you can take it a little bit later, as we see in some of the later games. A lot of these replays are from a while ago. These are from like 6 weeks ago, except for the last replay, which was from this morning. Yeah, and I think we put them all on 2 times, but yeah. But yes, enough. First opponent, of a weird strat, boat, boomer, sniper. But you know, it's what it is. It's actually quite a bad matchup for it, because one of the main counters is just a turbocharge of damage boost. Should just be able to clear up anything you send. So yeah, this matchup's pretty bad. But yeah, I can't actually remember any of these first replays, so we just see how they go. I probably won them, but I don't know, maybe I lost this one. I should lose this one. They should always lose. Unless I guess you take it later. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, so where you'll be playing this strategy is oh yeah, the power replays here won't be too clear. Basically, so you can't aggress too much of this because you don't have an eco power other than Budget Bloons, which doesn't help you. It doesn't give you a constant amount of eco. So what I like to do is, if either greens or yellows will almost always force defense from your opponent. So I would use the first Budget Bloons, the earliest point which you can force defense. So for example, let's say I can't remember this time. Let's say they have a faster shooting boat with grape shots down, a 1-1 boat at the start of round 6. You'd Budget Bloons in greens. Then if they defend it with a lightning bolts, you then just keep sending out, get a bunch of eco and stop. Or you can stop early and farm, whatever you like, to be honest. If they don't, you keep sending. And if they get like more boats down, they try and defend it by getting more defense down. You then use Cripple, because you've got 3 cripples, which is quite a lot of cripples. And that will then force the power, or get a bunch of lives, or do some good stuff. An alternative as well, which when I was on the world record grind started to use quite a bit, was basically just always using the budget, the jam packs, and the cripple with regen yellows if they don't have lightning. And if they don't have lightning or wizard damage boost, they're pretty much just dead. They're often dead on round 8, which is nice quick win. But yeah, that's briefly how you can play it. You see, we've done this a little bit later because of boomerang passive. Snipers otherwise a really good matchup. They don't have boomerang damage boost. But nah. So the farm's semi-hard right now. We've slowed down a bit. We're going to all out this round yet, so we used Budget Bloons here, sending loads of BFBs. He damage boosts straight away, which means he's going to pop down the BFBs before he can boat pull them all, I believe. And I'm going to put rainbows up behind. His micro is nothing crazy quick, so he's not going to be able to boat pull all of these. Yeah, loads of screen lag, unfortunately, but yeah, we do in fact take the win using that. Yeah. Not too much to say. A strategy. So you can use it. You can pretty much use it on any map. Of course, on a short map, it's going to be quite hard. You're gonna, to defend aggressive strats on short maps can be really hard because, well, first of all, we don't have a passive power. It's pretty hard to defend short map Team Tower Stun, anyways. But in this case, you also don't have an eco power. You don't have a super eco booster or anything like that, giving you a bunch of money early game. So it gets even harder then. So we've got Ninja as the opponent, which is a pretty nice matchup for us. Because he's got lightning, which means unless we can force them all quite easily, we're not going to be able to send in the rush on round 8. or we could, but unlikely to win. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, any map, long maps are pretty good. Yeah, any map length really is going to work quite well. I wouldn't use it on short maps still, but you can get success. Yeah, long maps you might like it a bit more because you're pretty much not at all going to find any turbocharge damage boost or boomer damage boosts really. It's gonna, yeah, you're not going to find that too often. So that's a positive. What else about this strat? Yeah. Oh, we're going to strengths and weaknesses. So strengths, it's super easy to use. You have like a couple main rushes. You don't need to like drain or do anything. Oh, we died that quickly. Wow. Yeah, you don't need to do anything that complicated really with the strat. You just you rush when you think their defense is not going to be able to handle the rush. Another strength, probably one of the most a lot of players underestimate how strong the rush is. I think this is largely because they have the damage boost. They think you're sending in a big rush, but they can get a little bit of defense down and damage boost. Oh my days, is this replay? Oh, okay, we got anything cool. Yeah, a lot of players will think, yeah, they got their damage boost, got their powers, they should be able to, they'll feel like they can defend the rush quite easily. But then it'll catch them off guard. I think a lot of players don't know. Oh, we got a short map. Oh, nice. They don't know the power of how Cripple's going to affect their towers properly. So yeah, you catch a lot of opponents off guard with that. And then yeah, it's just the jam packed with Cripple is, yeah, it's actually just really strong. In a lot of ways, it's a little bit similar to a rushed kind of version of, well, a bit early version, maybe version of Quickshot Power Lock. You've got like a big rush for round 13, which is pretty hard to defend. But then you don't have the late game ability of Power Lock, and you can't drain as much, so it's actually not that similar to Quickshot Power Lock. But yeah, I don't know why I made that comparison, but you know, we move. Oh, another one from this game, another positive of the strat is if the opponent's playing copy eco, then they're not going to be able to get loads of eco. If you can read that they're playing copy eco, then you can keep them really poor just by then again little like spaced eco rushes, leads when necessary, camos if that's ever necessary, probably not, just to keep their farms down, and they won't get a good copy eco off unless you budget a load of stuff in really early on and you don't read it. So that's a positive as well. We've got some negatives. So if you don't have all the powers unlocked, budget balloons is probably the last eco power you want to unlock. Cripple is probably the last sabo power you want to unlock. Their jump pack's not too bad because it's only a tier 2 power, and you probably want upgrades, so you might have that anyways. But yeah, a really basic strat, easy beginner kind of strat, but the powers are really, they're going to take you quite a while, especially if you don't have XP boosters or been playing a while. It's going to be really hard to get all of those. And then yeah, if your opponent has to defend the main rush, then you're basically just the worst quickshot power lock. That was a nice little rush. We bait out the glue storm, then we all outed nicely. Weird strat for that map. A lot better with Boomer. Maybe they clicked the wrong towers. But yeah, no, if they know how to defend the main rush, then you're kind of screwed. On the whole, I don't know, I'm showing the leaderboard. Oh, I guess that was the old replays. Okay, now I got the game from today. It's probably one of the best games I've had with this as well. In Boss Arena this morning. Any more negatives on strat? Yeah, you can't really dominate. It's a very different play style. You can't dominate players by keeping them really poor with aggressive rushes. So if they have super eco boost, they can just get a load of farms up. They really know what they're doing. They defend the rush and get a bit annoying. Also, a ninja and glue gunner is pretty much all. You don't even need to really know what they're doing. They can just sabo and have the glue gunner glue stuff. So yeah, ninja glue village is super. I was gonna say unwinnable. That brings us on to today's match, the live replay, which we're not live commenting on, but you know, we move. So you'll see standard start. You want to anti-stall a little bit as much as possible, but Oh yeah, a little bit, but it's not the end of the world if you're not installing too hard. Yeah, you want to make sure you just don't want to aggro a load, because then you won't have many farms up, and then if you want to do a proper rush on that round there, you'll have to sell like a plantation, then you'll be really poor for the rest of the game, and that's really tough to manage. Anyway, so we'll see, we're about to send in pinks right now. Oh, we called it right on time, right on schedule. We send in the pinks, and nothing crazy, just to force another glue gun. I like that, and we might get a couple of lives, but you know, nothing too deep. So now we're gonna farm on. The alternative way you can play this is by, if you're smart and you're quite good, well, actually it's a bit, you have to be smart and good for dartling. This is actually quite a bit easier with boat, but yeah, you can still get BIA round 14 if you your only aggression is your budget balloons rush. In this position, we see the load of eco being sent in. He's an eco player, so after our plantation we go straight for our bionic. I liked the grind placing it a little bit higher. I'll put a dot where I normally place it using a sticker and post editing, but I usually like it there, a little bit stronger anti-stall. This anti-stall is not the greatest, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, no, definitely worth going for the bionic. And when you're going for the bionic here against passive player, always sell the other tower down, because you will not need it unless they send loads and loads of yellows in, and then you might need it again if the boomer spot's not too good. Anyway, so we do budget. He didn't lightning straight away, so we jam packed. He jam packed, so we get a little bit more eco, then we stop. So yeah, so this matchup is really tough. This is not an easy matchup. We can see the ninja now, so now we know it's not like a glue village super or anything like that, which is not too bad of a matchup, because the thing with the jam pack which makes it really good, if you can send enough jam packed regen balloons in, the lightning can't hit them all, so you can't get the broken, which is a glitch, I'm pretty certain, a lightning damage boost thing off, which you can get sometimes on a quick shot power lock rush. Basically, damage boost should make the tower's attacks do 1 more damage, and the lightning is a power and not a tower, but if you use damage boost and lightning underneath the damage boost, the lightning will do 2 layers at a time instead of 1. And I messaged him about this, but you know, it's probably never going to get fixed, so you know, I guess we just have to live with that. But if you jam pack, then the lightning can't hit all the balloons, so you still got a really strong rush coming in, and you can still beat super most of the time. Anyway, so yeah, we pretty much just farmed this entire game. You can see we're setting up our BIA player at the end of round 14. Can't just afford it just yet. So yeah, and another thing is as well, so we know that we don't want to rush all out round 13 like we often would against this, because Sabo and Glue Striker would just defend it all really easily. But he also stopped ecoing, which shows us that he can afford it. If he'd been max ecoing the entire time, then maybe, and not like prepared loads of defense like he has, maybe we would go for the rush, but no, not in this scenario. He actually now plays this really aggressively, like he's not even just constant ecoing, getting his eco really high, and he actually, I mean, he gets a lot out of it, because he keeps doing this, and we're like just off our destroyer there, so he's actually going to get some lives, or a few lives. And we need to hit camo lead, so we get this down. We keep selling over and over and over again, which is, I mean, it's bad that we have to keep selling, but he's also not just full ecoing, which he needs to be able to get a little bit later into the game. He can't eco when we start rushing him, so he needs that eco already built up. Anyway, so another turbocharge needed. Thinking, when are these turbos going to end? Oh no, we cashed out there because I was getting annoyed. And now we can afford all of that, which is really annoying to have to cash out, by the way, but it just felt like it had to be done. We better send him in a BFB soon anyways. That should I'll make him struggle a little bit. But no, at least it wasn't like round 16 or something like that. That would have been quite a bit worse. We at least got like 7k off. Yeah, we got police, alright. The police have gone, nice. Yeah, now we're just waiting for the BFB to see how the BFB send goes. So yeah, we go for our factory on that round. The BI wasn't cooking up too much. No, this is gonna, yeah, this should get us a lot more money from the farms. We're not going too late. The eco's not too deep. He's now starting to max eco, finally. So he showed us the ace as well, so we would 100% have lost if we'd gone for the rush on round 13. Anyway, so because he sells this defense, we're going to send his he's got no glue gunner down, he's got the Sabo down. This means he's going to send in regen leads, like so. He sends, that gets his glue gunner down. Now that means we need to go for camo leads, that'll block off the Jitsus to get this BFB as far as possible. And yeah, he Sabos again. Gets more ninjas down, gets his Jitsu down. He damage boosts. Okay, I think I was thinking of a different kid. There's actually been way better kids with this, but it's still pretty decent. Gets his ace down. We crippled. Slightly dodgy time, but you know, it got the balloons all the way through there, and he dies with passive. The counter strat to it, and he dies. Alright, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Give this strat a try. See your comments in the comments below how you think this how the strategy is working for you. Maybe you use it every game. Maybe you won't use it at all. All good. I'm gonna keep putting these memes at the end of the videos. Hope you like them. And yeah, have a nice day. See ya.